Welcome, welcome, or maybe I should say thank you for welcoming me. I'm Dr. Carlo, and this is part of our series on scientific spirituality and other related subjects. And normally we would do this for a whole weekend, and so what we can do in these few moments is just to indicate the range of what is available. And if sometime we can be in the same space and place, we can have a whole weekend on this subject. And by the way, if you want to go into Google, look under Shapley, that's my surname, and instead of Harlow Shapley, my astronomer father, is Carl Shapley, and so they call me Dr. Carlo. And these, I think, YouTubes will end up there as well. But the thing about it is, I care about you. And I think it's very important that you know that I care about you. Because you are your own universe within yourself as a soul. But you perceive me as though I'm outside of you, but actually I'm within your consciousness. Yes? It's what we call the mirror principle. I will put a mirror up here. It doesn't look that way, I know. I'll put a mirror up here. And what you're seeing is what your perception of me is. And what I'm seeing when I have a chance to meet with you in person is my perception of who you are. So you and I are souls on a multidimensional nature, and the reality that we express is what we create. And we create wonderful things. I know in our civilization, which is earthbound in a way, we get beautiful works of art, beautiful music, and all these things, and undertakings of superhuman standpoint that have been brought because our consciousness brings them into reality. And the consciousness is the design we have with what we want to call God if we wish. I have a joke on that in a moment. But otherwise we call it the source. And the source of the entire universe. Oh, no, that's not good enough, Dr. Carlo. Of the many, many universes, multiple universes. One of our friends calls it a multiverse rather than a universe. Well, that's a good way. Or else parallel universes. Again, our friend Matthew Kaku, the American astronomer, calls it basically, hyperspace. And he calls it fields and string theory. There's a lot of good consciousness coming up to explain reality beyond what you can see and touch and feel and hear. Now, the rational mind does not like this. And so therefore, it tries to deny it all the time. I'm saying that we have a reality that goes beyond the rational consciousness. And that's what Milton, as I said last week, called the music of the spheres. And we can bring in things that have never been thought or felt before. Inspiration, visions. It's amazing. And things we haven't even dreamt of yet are right available for us. They're just inside our consciousness, yes, as souls. Unfortunately, language begins to not handle it well. And one of the worst things that I have to report is that most of our great philosophers, avatars, and teachers and masters had religions founded on them which took it way down. Jesus is a good example. He never came to found a religion. Never. Never, never. And so what was done later on, and at the worst time actually in the 4th century by Constantine at the Council of Nicaea, was to turn it into a theology with a dogma. And from there on, it no longer had the divine nature connected with it. It was gone. It was gone. And it's been causing wars. They fight each other over details, or maybe even more than details. And so the great masters have never wanted to have what we now call religions. So I'm talking about not the science of religion, I'm talking about the science of spirituality. And at our next meeting, I will go deeper into the references that means as we see it with the many teachers around the world that we have in our historical memory bank, shall I call it. Meanwhile, you go within and find your own inner teacher. Find it, find it. And then sometime when we meet together, you can share it with me because I really care. You are wonderful. And the universe that is within you is the great reality that we will explore. Thank you.